All right, here we are at Wheel of Fortune. Unfortunately, this Wheel of Fortune has seen better days. I've recently replaced the touchscreen on this bad boy. I don't even know how long, maybe 4 or 5 months later, stops working again. So what happened is that I have absolutely no video now. The monitor has gone bad and I need to replace it. So the issue is that Raw Thrills no longer has these games in production. So I cannot get a new monitor that will support a touch screen, because this is two separate pieces. The top is an actual touch screen. Actually works off of vibrations. So when you tap it, that's how it works. It's kind of touch screen, kind of vibration, doesn't matter. There's the touch screen and then there's the monitor underneath it. So the monitor can't be replaced. They don't have those anymore. I can't find a monitor that will support this particular touchscreen. So they gave me an option of adding a button here, and then they would have to select the letter or whatever it is they're doing with the wheel. It would no longer be a touchscreen. The monitor would be different. Although I don't know if the monitor has a protective glass on the front of it, or if it's just the monitor. I'm gonna be afraid that if they start pushing on it, they could damage the monitor again. So I bought a kit to make it a different Wheel of Fortune so it'll work with a button instead of a touch screen. I'll show you what I mean. Let's go to the computer and show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Here is your normal, typical Wheel of Fortune touchscreen, and this is the other one that they have. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a button right there, and then there's the wheel. The wheel is your selector, and I guess the button is to push and then choose whatever it is you're trying to select. So the kit comes with a button, some software, a new monitor, and now I just got to convert this one to work like this one. I've never done it before, but we're gonna try it. So let's start taking the game apart, I guess. Well, let's open up the parts and see what we got. All right, so here's the first part of the kit. You got some software, button, harness. In the box, they send you, they call it the Deluxe Start Button Mod Cable, Wolf No Touch Restore version 3.0. And then the 32 LED monitor from Guitar Hero. I guess we're using a Guitar Hero monitor. Here's the monitor. Hold on, let me get out of this and turn on some flash real quick. All right, sorry about that. All right, so here's the monitor. In my opinion, it seems like I can push on it. It seems really soft, doesn't seem very stiff and rigid. So I still have the first original touchscreen that doesn't work. So I'm going to pull that out and I'm going to use that. I'm going to go ahead and tape it to the front of this, and I'm going to use that to at least protect the screen from hands jabbing on it, and touching it, and punching it, or whatever, or things just dropping on it. This doesn't seem very protected. So I want to make sure it stays protected. I've worked on this game so many times, I just want to make sure it stays running for as long as possible. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's go to the game and start removing parts and retrofitting all this stuff in. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, it also comes with some brackets, cables, and stuff like that. Probably instructions on how to do this. Yeah, LCD monitor, oh, this is just specifications. We don't need that. All right, well, let's go ahead and start tearing this apart and getting this in there and getting this game back up and running. All right, it's about that time. Let's go ahead and start removing all this stuff and fitting in the new monitor and converting it over to a button plate. All right, let's start taking it apart. All right, so I got the top bezel off, and so this is kind of what I mean. See how perfectly like aligned and flush this is all the way across. So when this fits on there, everything is nice and flush. So when I put on the new monitor, I'm worried that this little piece piece, the touchscreen itself, won't be there, and it'll be sunken in, which leaves the monitor exposed and easily touched by hands, and then they could probably push on it really hard and then ruin the monitor, and I gotta buy a whole nother monitor, which I don't really want to do. So I do have the old one that came cracked, so I might just slap that bad boy on here just to fill up that gap, if there is a gap. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just have to make a piece of plexi or something like that. I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and take this off so we can get the new one on there, put the brackets on, and get it mounted in there. So let's finish this up. All right, so I went ahead and put the brackets on to this TV right here, this monitor. I used the brackets that it came with instead of removing the brackets off the monitor. I might do that though. I might remove these brackets because these have holes, which I think will hold the monitor in better instead of slotted. Right now I had to put these bottom bolts in just to kind of hold it in place. And you can see that everything's kind of shifted down. So I don't want to have to deal with having to, adjust the monitor at the correct height and whatnot. So I'm going to probably change those brackets so that way the holes will kind of keep it in place. Not really a big deal. It'll still be fine like this with these brackets, but yeah, it'll be fine. All right, so the other issue is that I am going to need to find a way to protect the screen better on this thing, because yes, even though this does have some protection on it, I still have a very large gap. So when I put my bezel back on, I have almost like a quarter of an inch gap all the way around where stuff could slide in, people could put their fingers in and lift up and stuff like that, and I don't want that. So I'm going to not remove the touchscreen, but I have the old one, or the first one that I got that came in damaged. I'm going to go ahead and grab that one and put it on and take up that slack and tape everything down the way it's supposed to be, and then get it back up and running. So let me go get the other monitor and some double-sided tape, and we'll get this mounted. All right, so here's the new monitor. I removed it already out of there. I haven't removed the brackets off yet. So I want to get ahead and grab the the touchscreen that came in that was damaged. Kind of see the crack over there. Anyways, it doesn't quite fit this size monitor. I guess that monitor is slightly bigger than this one, so I have a little bit of an overhang all the way around the monitor. So it tells me that this is a much smaller monitor, which is fine. I'm okay with that. It's not really a big deal. It still fits in there. The bezel around it does fit around it, and you can still see the whole entire screen. So what I did is I just made sure that the monitor, or the glass part, is actually square to the monitor, or the plastic glass part of the monitor itself. I don't know if you understood that, but I just tried to line everything up, square it out. That's all I did. So I'm definitely going to use some double-sided tape to keep everything down, but unfortunately this is the way it's going to look with it overhanging like that. I'm doing this because I want to make sure that the screen doesn't get damaged by people's fingers pressing on it, or something falling on it and damaging the monitor. These monitors are not cheap, and they're hard to find, because of the way they are, the size, the shape, and everything. So let's go ahead and start taping this bad boy down and clean it up too. It's got a lot of fingerprints on there, so we're going to clean both sides. We're going to clean the monitor itself and make sure everything's clean before we tape everything together. So let's go ahead and finish this up. Okay, so I'm going to assume that there is no right or wrong way to do this conversion, I guess. So what I'm going to do is I put some double-sided tape only on left and right side. I'm not going to do the whole entire monitor because that doesn't really fit exactly to this monitor. I want to make sure everything lines up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it on there. I'm going to line everything up, and then I'm going to start peeling off one side at a time to make sure that this side lines up. That way when I get ready to do this side, everything lines up, and then, I get a full picture and it's not crooked somehow or something like that. Is it right? Doesn't matter. I just need to get this monitor protected so that way it doesn't get damaged. So I'm just going to follow through with what I said and get this done. All right, so I just have it sitting there right now. It's not taped down. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can see the edge of the monitor directly to the edge of the actual touchscreen. So the inside diameter is what we're looking at. The outside diameter, we're not even going to see that, so I'm not worried about that. Yeah, really can't get a good picture. Maybe from this corner. Anyways, we want to make sure that it's perfectly squared to each corner, so that way you can get this to look decent. All right, so we got this down, so let's just go ahead and peel the tape off it and line it back up and put it on as best as possible. All right, so everything's all on now and attached. I couldn't change the brackets. I couldn't use those brackets at all. None of the holes lined up, so I mean, these top holes definitely line up, but the holes that actually drill into the monitor itself, they don't match, so I can't use those brackets off of that monitor. I have to use these, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. All right, well, now that we have this, we can go ahead and start plugging it in and turning it on. And at least we got this part done. And then we got to update the software, install the button, put on the harness, and we should be good to go. So let's finish this up. All right, so I have everything put back together. Well, sort of. Everything is screwed on. Oh, let me get this out of here. It's all tightened up. I don't know, maybe I'm a little anal about things, but I went ahead and, you know, spaced it almost the exact amount, so that way it's centered correctly and whatnot. You don't have to do that. I'm just weird. So now when I put this on, if I can do it with one hand, you can see that, oh, this side is sticking up a little bit. You can see that it's that gap is gone. I can no longer put my finger into that gap. I wanted to get rid of that gap. So without this actual touchscreen glass, it leaves a very large gap. Plus, it leaves the monitor exposed and able to be damaged. So I'm glad I kept this. Oh, so what is this bug? Get out of here. I'm glad I was able to keep the old one. And if I had to, I would have removed the one off of that one and put it on here. But I'm glad I didn't have to do that. So all that's left is to go ahead and turn it on, make sure it works. I might get an error because it doesn't know that it doesn't have a touchscreen monitor, so I might get a touchscreen monitor error, which is fine because I have to run other software anyways to get it to work. And then we still got a button and a wire harness to install, so let's go ahead and finish this up. All right, I tried to get it before it turned on. Just plugged it in. Like you see, monitor is turning it on. Like I said, I probably will get an error saying that the touchscreen's not there or I can't find it or something like that, which is fine. I just want to make sure that it does turn on. If it goes into actual game mode, hey, I'm happy for that too. If it doesn't, then, you know, that's fine because I'm still not done with this conversion. Picture does look a little smaller, but it'll probably get bigger as the screen gets fully loaded. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow, that sits there and loads and stuff like that. I went ahead and changed these speakers as well. These speakers were bad. Where are they? Right, here they are. They were already broken, falling out. Did not want to stay in, so I had ordered some, and now I replaced them. Super easy, 4 little bolts. Remove the nuts, slap them back in there, connect everything, and you're good to go. All right, so let's see. I mean, I like it. It's doing its thing. Come on, hurry up. Right there. Like I said, I knew I was going to get an error touch monitor. Just like I said, it doesn't know that it has a touch monitor anymore, or it doesn't know that it doesn't have one. So we just have to run the new software to tell it that it's no longer a touch monitor, that it has a regular monitor, and that should go away. So let's go ahead and at least put everything back together here and get this done in the front, because all that's left is actually, no, I'm wrong. We still got to put a button on there, but at least we can put it on there and start the software and at least get a good picture on there. All right, so here's the software. It just says, same thing, open up the disc, put it in there. Well, have the game on, open up the disc player, put it in there, close it up, turn the game off, turn it on, and let it do its thing. It's pretty simple. So let's go ahead and get that done. See if you want to look at this. Version 3.0. Update, restore, Wheel of Fortune. All right, well, let's go ahead and slap this bad boy in, get it done. I just wanted to show the part number here before I rip this open. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna put the disc in. Oh boy. Of course, try not to totally demolish your envelope here, Close it up. Turn it off. I like to wait a couple of minutes. A minute, maybe. Seconds, maybe. I don't know. And then turn it back on. And hopefully it starts running its software. It's thinking. There it goes. Oh, ooh, that was quick. All right, well, let's let it do its thing and then I'll come back. All right, here we go. It's about to start doing its thing. I don't know how long this will take. I just kind of wanted to show you some of it. All right, well, we'll just let this do its thing and come back again. All right, it's done. We know what to do from here. Remove the DVD, reboot machine. Let's do it. Put this right here. Let's close this. Turn off the game. Wait a little bit. Turn it back on. Of course, it's probably going to start loading some other software or finishing up the software or something. Hopefully it gives us a full picture. I'm going to let it do this while I finish cleaning up my mess over there, and then I'll come back. All right, it's doing its checks. Hopefully we don't get that error, and it goes into, oh, look, it's going to ask us for, I don't remember what wheel it is, so let's just pick a wheel. I think it's that one anyways. Oh, well, there's a problem. So yeah, now I can actually use the wheel to select. See, I'm turning the wheel here. So no more touchscreen. I don't know why I tried touching it. So I have to go ahead and hurry up and install the button so we can get that working. So yeah, that's good. That's cool. I like that. So yeah, we're almost done. Let's just go ahead and finish installing the rest of the stuff and get this game back up and running. It's kind of neat the way they did that. All right, let's finish. All right, so here's the new button that we have to install. Comes with this large plug, and in the middle it has a little plug that you can kind of take apart. So it didn't come with instructions. So I'm just kind of doing common knowledge type thing. So I'm looking at the board here, and I can see that there's a whole nother bar right here that I can plug it into. This fits it right there, but it also fits right here. So I'm not going to assume that I need to remove this to plug this in. I'm going to assume that I have to plug it into that. But you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to call tech support to make sure, because I don't want to just go ahead and plug things in. I didn't get any instructions on where things are supposed to go. Besides the instructions that come on the disc here, that's all the paperwork I got. So the monitor just came with specs of what the monitor is. It didn't really come with instructions. So let me call tech support, because I want to make sure that that is where I need to plug it into. I'm almost 100% sure that that's where I'm going to plug it into. But there's nothing wrong with making sure. So let's go ahead and call tech support real quick and find out. Because maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Let's call them. All right, so I did call tech support and told them that, hey, I think it's going to connect it to P8, because the kit didn't come with any instructions. But if you use common sense and look at things and look at labels, it tells you exactly where to plug it in. P8. So I didn't really need to call tech support, but I'm glad I did. I want to make sure this game, I need it back up and running, so I want to make sure that everything's on the up. Plus, I've never done this kit before. This is weird and new to me, so I hope it works well. I hope people don't get confused by, keeping pressing the touchscreen or thinking that it's a touchscreen. Anyways, let's go ahead and I'm gonna turn this off, plug it in, run the cable in there, yada yada yada, all that crazy stuff, and get it ready. And I also need to drill a hole so I can get this button in. So let's go find a unibit. So let's get this done. All right, we're almost done. All right, so I got my hole drilled. Note that you do have a large space in here to be able to drill. Know that this little section right here, maybe about an inch of it, is metal, so you don't want to drill so close to there. And this part right here is about maybe an inch of monitor, so you have maybe about 4 inches worth of clear space right here. So just kind of, try to align it with here. I like to add the little holes on the top. You can do it on the side, doesn't make a difference. This button doesn't make a difference which way it goes. It could be diagonal if you want. Problem is that I don't want to cut this little blocks, dimples. I don't want to cut those off. Because I don't want them to be able to spin the button. If they're able to spin the button, eventually it's going to tie up the wires, and wires are going to start breaking, and then I got to open it back up and fix it again, and yada yada. As long as these little tabs are there and those little holes are there, I can actually put it in place, and now they can't spin it at all. So utilize those holes. All right, let's finish this up so we can get this game up and running. Okay, well, I guess we're back to where we were before we started to before we needed the button. So we can select it now. See, we can select. We are on E. Then hopefully, hey, look at that. The button worked, and the game is up and running, and it's good to go. Ooh, and it lights up. Nice, I like it. Light up again. Show me. Show me. Pretty nice. All right, let me finish putting everything back together, and then we can give it a quick test. All right, we got it coined up. Here's what it looks like. I'm glad it tells you turn to select, because I was worried that people would get confused as to what to do. So I'm glad that it tells you use the wheel to turn to select. So yeah. Whoa, that is loud.
Welcome to Wheel of Fortune. The category is on the map.
That's super loud.
Let's spin the wheel.
I gotta lower that volume. I wonder if I can do this with the selector. Oh yeah. All right. Well, it's I don't remember where to go. Operator adjustments. There we go. Volume. Game volume. Oh yeah. Oh no, let's lower it. Minimum. That's good. I like that. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Press start. Ah, much nicer. Not so loud.
Welcome to the game.
Well, let's see how it works.
The category is a thing. Spin the wheel.
Use the dial. Look at that. It's telling you. So it works the same.
You can choose 3 letters.
Turn dial to choose letter. I like that. Oh yeah. That's pretty good.
4 lines.
Hey, that was a pretty easy kit to install. I will admit that. It's pretty cool. Oh, I gotta choose one.
2 M's.
Anyways, game is working. Game is back up. I'm glad I was able to get it back up and working. Yeah, I don't really like the whole button thing, but it's not that bad of a thing. It works good. I don't think it's confusing at all. Although I think I have to adjust my settings here. I was remembering something else. Kind of like a 3-try type thing. Anyways, game is up and running. Game is working. The kit was easy to do. I wish it would have came with a little bit more instructions, but using common sense, I was able to get everything done and up and working. And there you go.
Time is running out.
Thanks for watching.
Incorrect.